Today we're going to be making some delicious turkey oatmeal meatloaf. I love a good meatloaf when it's cold outside, and ground turkey works really well in this recipe. So let me show you what goes into it. First thing obviously is ground turkey. I have here about 2 pounds of ground turkey. I'm going to make a nice big meatloaf. You could cut that in half if you like and do 1 pound, then just cut the ingredients in half. But this is for a nice big meatloaf. So 2 pounds of ground turkey, and this is not white meat. As you can see, it's a bit darker. I think for a really good meatloaf, you're better off using a blend of white and dark. So you could ask in your supermarket if they could just ground you up some fresh dark meat, or do a mix, and it just come out more flavorful, okay, because that white meat can be really dry. Alright, so we're going to add to this some oregano, and I wanted to show you actually the type of oregano I use. I like to buy a full bag of oregano like this, because I like to just take it and crinkle it fresh, and I find that dried herbs just taste better when you can do this to it, and it's so much more aromatic than just this sitting inside of your jar. So if you can buy a bag of oregano, it just really smells wonderfully. And in Greek or Italian specialty shops, or even in your supermarket, you might be able to find a bag of oregano like that. Okay, so that's about a tablespoon of oregano. To that, we're also going to add bell pepper, and so that's about half a cup of bell pepper. And then we're going to add garlic, and this is about 6 to 7 cloves of garlic, again depending on how big your cloves are and how garlicky you like it, but I like mine pretty garlicky. And then that's just minced. And then fresh parsley. Dried herbs, fresh herbs, they work really nice in a meatloaf. So this is about a 1/4 cup of parsley, just chopped as well. Then over here we have some onion. So right there, that's about a small onion chopped. And here we have Dijon mustard, and that's about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. 3 eggs, just lightly beaten. And then here's the surprise ingredient. Instead of breadcrumbs, we're going to add oatmeal. Now this oatmeal is not the kind of instant oatmeal that you buy and you just put hot water on. This is the actual oatmeal that you need to cook for a while, and I'm using about a 1.25 cups to 1.5 cups, depending on how wet all the ingredients are going to be. So this is not your instant. It's the kind that you have to cook. Okay, so make sure when you look in the store that you get the kind you have to actually cook for 15-20 minutes. Okay, and then we have some sea salt and pepper, and I just wanted to show you this cool gadget of a pepper grinder. It's really neat because all you have to do is press on the top, and look at that. Fresh ground pepper comes up. So it's really good for when you don't have enough hands like me right now. So it comes in handy. So we're going to incorporate all of these ingredients into our meatloaf, into a bowl. And then, so this is what the meatloaf looks like once it's all incorporated. And this is where you decide if you need to add maybe a bit more egg or a bit more oatmeal. So here's the meatloaf in the loaf pan, and as you can see, it fits really nicely in there. And what we're going to do right now is put this in the toaster oven. Actually, I have a really nice toaster oven. Instead of having to put on the oven just for this one thing, I'm going to stick it in the toaster oven, and it's preheated at 375, and we're going to bake it for about 45 minutes. And I just lightly grease the inside of this pan with a little bit of olive oil, just so it won't stick when we take it out later. So let's stick it in the oven. Here's my really nice toaster oven that I got for Christmas. And here is the oven set at 375 for about 45 minutes. And as you can see, it fits perfectly into there. While we're waiting for our meatloaf to cook, we can make the topping for the meatloaf, which is going to consist of tomato sauce, which I'm using a tomato basil, 1 cup, and Worcestershire sauce, and that's about 4 tablespoons there. This is what it looks like after 45 minutes of cooking, and I'm just going to put that tomato Worcestershire sauce on top and then put it back in the oven for about another 15 minutes. Wish you could smell this, because this is what it looks like when it's done, but it smells delicious. I'm just letting it rest a few minutes before I cut into it, just so all the juices can just soak into the meat there. So the meatloaf is done. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's really pretty inside there. You can see all the colors of the vegetables and came out really lovely. And I'm serving it with some potatoes. These are actually Lebanese potatoes, and some English peas with butter and salt. So let's just take a little bite of the... Oh, really yummy. The oatmeal really bound it together well, and the flavors, all the spices, came out really delicious. So this is a little taste of Italy. We used a lot of Italian spices, and again, never know what's going to come out of the kitchen. Enjoy, have a great culinary adventure in your kitchen tonight. Thank you. It's yummy.